Hi guys, it's Floz and this is Floz's Corner, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but sometimes I might slide in some of the other things I enjoy doing. So in today's video I'll be talking about what I've been doing for the past 4 weeks, or pretty much the whole month of November. If that's what you're interested in, then keep watching. Today is Sunday, 26th of November, and it's been about 4 weeks since I made my last cross-stitch update video. And as usual, my cross-stitch updates will have haul, including my hobby budget situation, and I'll ask you a question in the video. You can choose or not choose to write or give me your answers down in the comment section, and then I'll talk about my whips, my plans, and then the last bit will be life updates. So feel free to exit if you're nodding off because I'm so boring. I always divide my videos up in different chapters, and the chapters as usual are down in there, so feel free to pick and choose. And who's that? That's Rocket. We've been sort of sorting out some stuff because my mum's coming from China really soon, and I'll talk a little bit more on that in the life update video later on. Now I've got like a huge queen size mattress behind me, so we're swapping out the beds. I don't really want to just chuck out the mattress because technically it's still usable, but we don't have the space for it. Anyway, what did I want to say? So then during my whips I'll also show you like the progress I've made, so there'll be a comparison video, a comparison pair of photos. I haven't done a lot this month, so I'm hoping this video will be easier to or quicker to make, and we'll see. So is there something else I want to say before we just delve in? I think let's just get into it. In terms of my hobby budget, I give myself I give myself $50 per month to spend on cross stitch. That mostly includes charts, threads, some of the notions, project bags or whatever. Randomly, depending on the situation, I might buy something and not get it included or deducted from my hobby budget, but generally I'm pretty good. So from last video I had $59.31, and in November I received another $50, so that is $109.31. And I actually purchased something from Pip and Chip. If you have been following me, you would know I actually have Annie's Keepers from maybe like a couple years, like a year and a bit ago, and that was like a big gift I got for myself because it's quite expensive, and it had to come all the way from America. And in the Annie's Keepers it's like a big set, and they do give you those white permanent stickers, but now Pip and Chip's got Annie's Keepers labels. So Jackie from the monthly stitching meetup that I go to wanted the Pip and Chip bobbins, and Pip and Chip is a company in UK, so shipping isn't the cheapest, especially if you get the plastic either thread drops or bobbins, because they tend to be heavier. So yeah, shipping is quite expensive, so she was hoping someone in the group would also want something from the company, so the shipping can be sort of shared. And I always wanted the vinyl stickers anyway, so I thought, okay, I'd just purchase it. So after sharing a little bit of her shipping, the whole set cost me $70, which I thought was fine. So these are, so this is what I received. It's literally like an envelope sort of deal, and all the vinyl stickers are inside this pouch, and it's got the whole set of DMC, including variegation and what's the other one, like the satins and all the stuff. And I've used a little bit already. It does make the Annie's Keepers look a lot more professional. So I do appreciate the color match. It makes the Annie's Keepers look a lot nicer. And I'll show you here. So this is for the bunnies project, and it's just on a, I guess, ring. And these are the stickers that come with the Annie's Keeper set. It's just round and quite sticky, and you just write the number on there. And I changed about half of the colors, but otherwise this is what they look like. There are more affordable options on Etsy from smaller, like, individual sellers that I guess just have the numbers and you can just stick them onto bobbins, and those are cheaper. But I thought, you know, these ones are properly made for Annie's Keepers and the sizes are nice, and you do get to see a lot of the colors, so I'll just splurge a bit more on them. And like I said, the whole set cost $70, and after deduction I have $39.31 left, and that's it. That's all the haul. I do plan to spend more money, but technically it's not part of the hobby budget, and I'll talk to you a bit more about that later. So my questions for you in this video is a bit of a special one. So I think since the start of the year I started receiving emails from some Chinese companies wanting collaboration videos. You know those types. They tend to make stamped cross-stitch kits, I guess. So the patterns tend to be pirated. They don't pay commissions to the artists who create the arts. But they also sell other accessories. So I think I have received at least from 3 companies, and one of the companies actually sent me a second one as a follow-up because I didn't reply to the first one, and then I did refuse because I said I could not condone supporting, I guess, abusing copyright. But I wonder, what are your views? Because technically I don't have to touch the stamped kits. I could just get some stuff from them, like for accessories and whatnot. Like, I'm assuming they would have like the thread organizers and bits and bobs. So what if I do decide to make a collaboration video just based on the stuff I get from there that are accessories rather than copyright related products. Like, what are your views? Would you not mind, or do you think since the companies are kind of crossing the line in terms of copyright, you would not support anything from them? So far, I have not really cared so much. I just sort of ignored all the invites from those companies. So let me know in the comments, because I feel like I haven't heard a lot about the discussions. Mind you, I don't normally watch a lot of FlossTube videos anyway these days. I tend to get bored. Anyway, yeah, so let me know what you think. And then we can talk about whips. So yeah, I really want to keep this kind of short and succinct. And this time, if there are pauses in between certain things, I do want to cut them. Before, I kind of kept them because most of the other FlossTube videos I watched aren't heavily edited. So I don't know whether that's the style of FlossTube or people are just too lazy. But now I think I just want to make the video a bit more tidy and, don't know, kind of succinct in a way, as much as I can. So long pauses, or if I'm taking something out, putting something back in, maybe I'll just cut it and put it together, if you know what I mean. So in terms of whips, the last 4 weeks I have stitched 17-18 days. The records I had weren't very accurate because I tend to write it down after the fact and sometimes I can forget. So let's just say 18 days and maybe about 35 hours ish. And no new starts because I have enough whips for now. So the first thing I worked on was this one. The new start from last month, Scrap, Tatty and Pip. And this is the kit. Just 3 cute doggies. And last time when you saw it, I was working on this one, which was a Tatty. I was working on Tatty, but it wasn't quite done, so maybe like I still had this much left. So after I made that cross stitch update video, I just persisted with it because I wanted to get it to a point where I could say, okay, I'm happy with the progress. I could kind of leave it for a bit before resuming. So yeah, I just I finished the dog, and that's where I'm up to. So this one, it's stitched on 28 count even weave, a hand dyed fabric by Pole Stitches called Raindrops. If I put something behind it, maybe it will show up more. It's not super bright, but it's bright enough that there is color difference. So it does slightly look raindroppy, I suppose. Originally I was worried that the fabric might be too colorful, but now I think it's fine. I'll get it closer to you. There's nothing too much to say about it. It's just a very easy stitch and it's quite cute. The plan is once I finish, I want to make it, I mean, this is just a plan, I don't know whether it will happen, but I want to make it into a, like, part of a serving tray, but I don't know how to finish it in a way that there can be something on top of the project so food or stains don't get to the project. Because imagine if you use the serving, I mean, technically you can use it just as a decoration and it will just sit there, look pretty, but it would be cool if it can also have a practical use, do what it's supposed to do, serve stuff. So imagine if you use it to serve some kind of tea, coffee, and then it gets spilled and then it ruins the whole thing. It will be horrible. So, well, for now I don't have to worry about it yet. But yeah, that's the project. I mean, that's the progress. What else can I tell you? Yeah, I don't know about the percentage because it is a kit. And everything was from the kit other than the fabric because it's stained by a pink thread in the kit. Yeah, so I'll just show you that again. It's by CWOC Cross Stitch and it's called Scrap, Tatty and Pip. Man's best friend? Man's best friend. Nope. And I mentioned in the previous video as well, the preview was heavily edited. So when I stitched my version, it's so much darker. And I kept thinking I used wrong colors, so I went to check multiple times. And when I googled the pictures, I think no one's really either not done it or they didn't take pictures after they finished the project. So I can't really tell what the project's supposed to look like. But yeah, I think the colors were correct. So just why would you make your preview look so different? Seriously, just keep it as is. I mean, I get it, you want to make it clean and whatnot, but there must be a way to still keep the truthfulness of the colors, you know. But yeah, that's the first thing I worked on. So with this one, I worked for about 2 days and 2 hours just to finish Tatty off. And yeah, it's a very easy stitch. I think there were just enough back stitches to really show the details, like the hair and everything, without being too tedious, so that was good. And then the next thing I worked on was Chicks Can Fly. This is a PDF file, so I'll just put the preview there. And it is by New Leaf Craft. It was originally a free stitch along from ages ago, and now you can purchase it actually, but you have to directly contact the person on Instagram and pay on PayPal, and she'll send you the chart. It is a very quick stitch. Last time when you saw it, I only did a little chick. But this is the one, and I'll pop something behind it. So this is stitched on the same fabric as the doggy one. Oh my god, it's gonna pop out. There it is. God, I'll get it closer to you. So I did stitch quite a bit and I was genuinely enjoying this so much. I think I would have just kept going if I didn't have to transition to some other whips to meet some goals. Last time when you saw it, I only did this little one, but and maybe a bit of the flowers, I can't remember, but yeah, this is almost half, so almost 50%. It was 46.7%. And I'll put the comparison photo on the other side. So yeah, really, really cute. This will be a gift for my boss who broke her right elbow, and she had 2 surgeries, and she's been out of action for 2 months, I think. It must have happened, yeah, it must have happened maybe the start of October, I reckon. And yeah, she's still not quite. So she's on reduced duty, working from home maybe like 4 hours a day. Other people who tend to have like a daily meeting with her said she might come back next year, but because she's also like early 60s, quite close to like a retirement age, I don't know whether she's gonna come back. But yeah, so the plan is to finish it soon. If I could even finish it this year, that would be awesome, but I doubt it, because I also want to do my customization up top, just to say hello my chickens, because that's what she used to say when she was working on site. So yeah, so cute. With this one, it's cool because like there's a lot of back stitching, especially for the little chicks, and you feel like you work on it for a little bit and something just shows up and is quite exciting. For a really small project, this one needs, I think, maybe 20 or so colors, so you can play around with colors. If you're bored with this one, you can go on to another like brighter ones. So that's kind of good for me, because I tend to get bored very easily, especially with neutral toned colors. So I don't like blocky. I mean, block stitching is fast, but yeah, you also get just so bored with very fast as well. So here and there it's okay. You really need to divide it up. Well, I need to divide it up. What else can I tell you? So with this one, I worked on it for 5 days, so about 14.5 hours. And yeah, like I said, I almost hit 50%. I'm at 46.7%. And yeah, I had to stop stitching it because I wanted to start working on coffee break, because that's pretty much the main focus for the rest of the year. I really need to get that done. And that's it, I think. And then the next one I worked on clearly was coffee break, and it is a kit by Design Works, and it's on 14 count Ada, and I have been working on it for more than a year. I want to say 1.5-ish. And like I said, I really want to get it done, because I've been procrastinating enough. And here's where I'm at. I had a break last month, and this month I knew I had to get at least one done so that next month I can completely finish the thing. There's not too much to say about it other than this Turkish coffee cup was a nightmare to cross stitch, because there was a lot of, how do I fold it? There was a lot of, I guess, patterns on the actual plate and the cup. And yeah, my stitching wasn't very neat, so some of the back stitching didn't really sit very straight, but whatever, because when you look a bit further away you can't tell anyway. But yeah, this is a very pretty block. That cup is nice. And I've only got What do I have left? I've only got iced coffee left. And this one seems to have a lot of white. It's for the eyes and for the saucer. Do you call it saucer? No, for the cup, sorry, the glass. And then it's done. But I also need to remember there were a couple of French knots that weren't done. I think, for example, the shot in the dark, the dot wasn't done, and the iced coffee, Irish coffee. Yeah, Irish coffee, that French knot also wasn't done. I thought it was a good idea to leave all the French knots till last because otherwise they might get squashed. But now I'm thinking, so dumb, because how am I going to anchor my thread? I think it's okay to anchor it afterwards, but to start your French knot, how are you going to anchor it? I don't know. But I'm going to find a way. And yeah, I just need to remember to get them done after that last one's finished. And then I can think about fully finishing it. I do want to display it in the kitchen dining room area, which is fitting. What else can I tell you? There's not too much to it. I worked on it for 8 days, but I think that's when there might be a lot of discrepancy in my recording. I think it will be 9 days. I'm pretty sure I missed one day. I forgot to write it on the calendar after I actually did the stitching, but let's say 9 days and about 14 hours. And about halfway through the project, I said I ran out of black colors. And now looking at the whole leftover thread situation, I think I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers on a lot of colors. But for some reason, their calculation on the black was way off. I guess if something runs out, it's better that it's black because it's hard to find a different color in black. So you can always just use your own stash to make up for it. And that's it for this one. And then after I finished that coffee, I went on to bunnies. And it's another PDF chart, so I'll put the preview there, and it will be a gift for someone as well. This person helped JP and I design our little, I guess, face logo, and she also has 2 bunnies, and yeah, that'll be a gift for her once they're done. Her 2 bunnies are quite old, so I'm hoping to get this done soon-ish. As in, yeah, I need to focus on it soon until it's finished. The chart is by 𝐼𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 me, and it was sort of designed as a full coverage, but I'm not going to do the background, which is like a cream color. So this is where I'm up to. Now I will fold it like this. It is stitched on 16 count hand dyed Aida called Blue Sky by Paddock Lane's design. You probably can't tell the blueness under all the wrinkles, but also because my wall is blue, which is very similar to this fabric color, you can't quite tell. But what if I put a white next to it? So yeah, it's like a very slightly mottled blue. I was mainly focused on the body, But yeah, I didn't do that much, so I don't know whether there's gonna be too much of difference once I put the comparison photo next to it. And yeah, mainly focus on the body, still focus on this bunny, there's still another bunny to go. And just for speed, right now I'm kind of avoiding the wreath itself because it just has so much confetti. It's really not funny. With this project I stitched for 3 days, about 5 hours, and last time when I showed it to you it was pretty much at 1/3, so 33.3%, and now I'm at 36.1%. So I did just shy of 3%. And that's it for all I've done stitching wise, as in actual stitching wise. JP didn't work on his Mighty Samurai, so no point showing you, but he does have a conference coming up in Gold Coast and he's gonna go for like 5-6 days. He said because there's no way to bring his paints and brushes and models with him, he might as well bring his cross stitch, so when he's, you know, staying at his hotel, not exercising in the gym, he can do some cross stitch. So I will try to pack that for him, make it easier so he can find the bits and bobs, and then we'll see whether he will come back with some progress. Once he does, I will show you next time. Then the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the fully finished Our Wedding Day by Soda Stitch. So my original hope was that I could make a separate video just on that, kind of like a vlog style, showing you how I finished it. I fully finished something for the first time in a hoop, but that was poorly planned because I did film how I washed it and dried it, and I was hoping I could continue the next day or so ironing it and fully finishing it, but that didn't happen until 1 week before the wedding, and I actually completely forgot about it until the Sunday before. JP was like, "Oh, did you how did you get on with the finish for the wedding gift?" And then I just slapped myself on the lap, cursed, and went like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot. Thank you so much. I really need to get a move on." So that day I was planning to do some stitching, but I couldn't. So I ended up following a video, I'll link there. I think it's a pretty nice video if you have done some kind of sewing before, but for me I was literally like a newbie, so I never really sew anything, so I made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, I think I will put the clips here to show you. I was gonna name the whole video like a gift's journey or something kind of cute, but yeah, I'll edit properly and put the whole thing here. Hello, today is 8th of November, and as you can see the wedding is 18th of November, so I'm finally washing the project and dry it and iron it and hopefully finish it this week because I don't have that much time left. Right now I'm just soaking the project. It's just cold water with a couple drops of dishwashing liquid, or do people say dish soap? And then I just put it in this tub that I use to hand wash clothes in, and yeah, just let it sit there for a bit, and then after this I will just rinse off with
water a couple more times. Apparently they say do not wring it, because maybe it'll destroy the stitches or something. And yeah, I need to get this washed before work, which, don't know, might happen imminently because I might need to go early today. We'll see. I've rinsed it twice. Now it's time to, I guess, dry it in a white towel. That's just to get rid of the excess water. And now it looks like this. Very wrinkly. I think I will stretch it a little bit and just leave it here. And then I can iron it a bit later, maybe when I come back from work. But before I can come back and iron it from work, I will just put this in between this white towel, and hopefully it will further absorb the water. And even if it's still a bit damp when I come back, the ironing process should, dry it a bit further anyway. Can you believe it? Today is Sunday, 1 week before the wedding. I finally finished it and it was a journey. It took me ages. So this is the front. I don't think the fact that this hoop cannot be tightened helped the whole process. And then the back looks like this. It's very uneven. I followed a tutorial of this tiny modernist video. I'll probably link it in the description box, but I didn't know what blanket stitch was. I didn't know how to do a proper stitch to tighten the fabric, plus the Aida is very stiff, so it has a lot of ripples at the back. The felt, it's set to cut the felt the same size as the inside hoop, but clearly this hasn't done me any favor. So I think next time I might make the felt a bit bigger. Maybe use like the outside of the hoop as my dimension. But it is done. And yeah, it will just hang like this. This is the day of the wedding, 18th of November, and I am just trying to sort out how to package this little gift. I've got this box, some blue tissue wrapping paper, my red pocket, and this. Also, I can't find, I also got a bow kind of thing, because I don't know how to wrap stuff, so let's just see how we go. I ended up choosing to put another layer of this wrapping tissue in and put everything inside and just kind of wrap it around. I think that's a bit more secure and a bit more fun, I reckon. We're getting ready to go, and this is the final result. I learned it from an Instagram reel, I think. And my dog is rubbing his face on the door. Anyway, this is the final result, and we'll see how tonight goes.
Stop listening here, we're almost there.
My bag. Whee! So cool.
Yeah, so now the gift has been given to the newlyweds, and he already knew that he was getting that. He's seen it already, but it was it was a surprise for the bride. And yeah, I also kind of shamelessly told him to take a picture or something of the final thing, and she did give me a photo which I'll insert here. I think they liked it, but I think given a second chance, if I were to finish something in a hoop again, for example the bunny one, I would finish it a lot better. I would definitely cut the felt at the back bigger, because the way I measured it was completely wrong. I don't know whether it was properly specified, like which outer edge you're supposed to use to draw the sides of your felt. Or maybe I was just too dumb, I didn't quite follow it properly. And also the way it's sewn, I just used like a single strand, but I think you need to loop it over. Like what I said, I've never really sewn anything before, so maybe this is like common sense, but it's not common sense to me. And yeah, the final thing doesn't look very good. But as long as you just look at the front, it's okay. So that's that. And also, in last video, I showed you my final finish. My final finish? Yeah, I finished Funny Coffee. Oh my god. For like a Christmas gift for the cafe. And I have sent it to Taryn at 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐧𝐠 Handmaids to finish. And she actually finished it and sent me photos. I haven't got it because I also asked her to make a project bag set for JP, because right now JP is using one of my project bags I got from 𝐜𝐸₃ Retreat, and I kind of want to get it back so I can put my own cross stitch project in there. So once the project bag's done in a couple of days, probably this coming week, then she'll send the whole thing to me. I will show the photo here. It looks awesome. So my biggest concern, well, let's start from the beginning. I wanted it to be a flat fold so they can display it on their like display cabinets, and it can stand by itself. But my concern was it might get dirty really easy, because you know, in a cafe you might have like chocolate powder on your hands, there could be coffee spill or something, also like coffee grounds, stuff like that, milk, anything can kind of really make a mess and get onto the cross stitch itself. So I was worried that the normal flat fold wouldn't have a cover over the cross stitch and it will get dirty really easily. So Taryn's suggestion was to make like a box around the cross stitch with like wood, and then you can drill the acetate sheets on top, literally to make like a protective box for the cross stitch, and then the rest is the same. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, I can't wait to receive it in December and gift it to them. I mean, it would be awesome to make a clip of me gifting it to them, but it's also kind of theatrical. I don't know, like you're doing this just for a video. So I'll see what happens then. But once I receive it, I'll definitely make a little clip. I just don't know when I'll show you, because yeah, my mom's here and making videos can be very awkward. So that bit is sort of still unknown and undecided. What else can I tell you? And I think that's it for WIP. And in terms of plans for December, I need to finish Coffee Break. So the main focus next month will be coffee break to finish the last bit. And I do hope I can finish Chicks Can Fly, but like I said, because it's not just the pattern, there's also the customization on top with the words, and I do have to sort of design it and position it properly. It probably won't get finished next month. Plus I don't foresee a lot of stitching time in December, so yeah, most likely it's not going to get finished, but either way it will get finished soonish, like in the next 2 months or so. And then because it's December, it's Christmas, I will work on my only proper Christmas project called Jingle Paws, or yeah, Jingle Paws mitten ornaments. I am more than halfway through the second one. It's called Bunny's List or something like that, so I do want to finish it in December. So pretty much I have two focused project. One is coffee break, one is this one. This is on 14 count Ada 3/1, by the way. And I got this as a freebie when I purchased some stuff from a person on Aussie Cross Stitch Stash Unload. Yeah, that's pretty much all for the plans for December. And then a rough plan for next year. I don't tend to make solid plans because I don't have as much stitching time as some of the other floss tubers, because socialization, work, dog, adulting, even though I don't have kids. I feel like if I do make solid plans, I'll hold myself too accountable and I get really frustrated. But rough plan, because the projects, well, most of the projects that I have right now are like on the larger side, and in terms of percentage, Bunny's probably got the most done at this stage, so I do want to make that a focus piece next year. And like I said, the person's bunnies are actually quite old. I think they're about 10, or they're just 10 now this year. I don't know how long they will still have. It would be amazing if I can gift this one to her when the bunnies are still alive. So let's just make that a goal. Because I'm at 36%, that means I have to make about 5% a month, which can be a lot, but we'll see. Then the next thing is I'm going to take out Spring Will Come by Artisy. I'll put the preview here. So my original plan was I would work more on the countryside, at least finish the first like 6 pages, and then I will take the other one out. But I haven't been feeling very motivated to work on that, just because, I don't know, that project compared to the other one, it's a bit on the boring side, and I have to, because of the size of it, it has to sit on Lowry stand on a proper like quantum frame, and I have to sit in the corner, not being able to watch on TV and whatnot at the same time, and that really prevents me from wanting to work on it. Whereas the other ones can be a bit more portable, and I can sit on sofa and JP can just paint there, and we'll just, you know, hang out together as well at the same time, to get our hobbies done too. So since I'm not gonna work on it, I might as well just put it away, like, and take out something I'm excited for. So yeah, next year I will work more on spring will come and see how much I can get that done. And then right now I have the two small pieces, the Scrap, Taddy and Pip, the doggy project, and also the chicken project. So once those ones are done, I'm going to finally start on my mermaid box by 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐢𝐧𝐠. And this is fully kitted up and it's sitting collecting dust for a year now. That's what it looks like. So that's my one and only 𝐜𝐶𝐸 project. So I will finally get a move on to this one. And yeah, I've even got like a project bag for it. And this one is by Basic Llama on Etsy. It's a very well made project bag. So I'll finally get a move on. And then I wrote, if I still feel up for it, I will make some new starts here and there throughout the year, just so that I can get some more finishes, because yeah, the larger ones take a long time for me to finish, and to make myself feel motivated I do need some kind of finish. So that's one way I'm gonna do it. I do have a couple of things in my stash that are on the smaller end, so yeah, I can kind of start and finish on those. And that's the end of my cross stitch related stuff. I think now I'm gonna talk about life stuff and not dwell on it for too long, because otherwise it's another like 1 hour video and I was hoping it will be short. I guess it's not. So yeah, last time I mentioned the 2 weddings we have this month are actually back to back, and that weekend has passed and it did kill us, because the week right after, the other lady in the office was actually on annual leave because it's her birthday, and she shares the same birthday as my mum. And yeah, I had to stay back. I had to work extra hard to get things done. So that pretty much killed me and killed JP as well, because we were like running around this whole weekend. So I would not recommend having two weddings back to back. But what's interesting was we never got any wedding cake, and JP was very upset about that. So the first wedding, the wedding on the Saturday, I look like this, and they actually didn't have a wedding cake, so I never saw one trace of a wedding cake. I was hoping, but you know, there's no wedding cake, so you don't expect to be served a wedding cake. And then the Sunday wedding, I look like this. So they cut the wedding cake, okay, at the start-ish of the whole reception, and we just kept waiting. So the reception started at 6 officially, and at 10 o'clock we got our dessert, which was gelato and fruit platter, but there was still no cake. So we were like, it's getting late, we need to go home, like we still got dogs to deal with. What's going on? So then one of my friends asked one of the waitress, and she said no wedding cake was to be served and you've got your dessert already. So Hubby and I were like, was the wedding cake fake, or like what do they do for weddings these days? Because I would always expect wedding cakes, to be honest. Maybe nowadays they just do fake wedding cakes because people don't want cakes, or what? So that was quite weird. And then we also did a Greyhound Christmas get together yesterday, and I was worried the whole day because the weather was so bad. It was pouring, like pouring at times. But we were so lucky when we were there, it didn't rain. And once we finished, it poured. So that was good. Unfortunately, because it was humid, it was stale, there were heaps of flies, and the doggies got really hot. But yeah, I think everyone had a good time. It was very chill. The doggies didn't make too much of a problem running around. They were generally well behaved and polite with each other. And yeah, it was just a nice kind of event. And it was nice to paddle the greyhounds. And then, yes, my mum is coming this Thursday, 30th, at night. So JP and I will go to the airport to pick her up after work. And Friday I'm taking a day off. Originally I wasn't planning to take a day off, but then the more I think about it, the more I think I need a day off, because she doesn't know where things are, she doesn't know how things work, she also doesn't speak the English, so like she wouldn't know the remote, wouldn't know how to turn on things. So I need to be there to, I guess, help her. And also she want to cook, so she might want to go shopping. At least she needs to be shown, you know, this is where you get certain things. And she's come to Australia before, but she's never seen this house, because when we got married was the last time when she was here, which was 6 years ago, and we were still renting somewhere else, and this house was still under construction, so under renovation. So yeah, it will be exciting. But because of this, now we really need to clean and get things ready, get the bedroom ready. And we also booked a hard rubbish collection, so we need to, you know, sort things out and check out things we don't need, free up some space in the garage. And yeah, it's a busy day and busy rest of the week coming up. And I don't know how long she's gonna stay for, and I don't know whether that means I'm not gonna make the cross stitch video for December. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, everything is sort of up in the air. So her plan is to at least stay for Christmas. But yeah, normally Christmas tends to be spent in our house, so all JP's family will come to our house and we will prepare, we will cook, we will clean afterwards, so we do everything. And after 6-7 years, to be honest, I was not pleased, because it's so much work and I don't know, it's kind of complicated. And this year is gonna be very different, so I don't know how Christmas is going to be celebrated. It looks like it's gonna be even more shit, because we kind of have to travel everywhere, because his mom and dad are really far away from each other. There might have to be some kind of get together somewhere, but logistically it's hard. Oh, so much has happened, and I might need a proper like chatty stitch with me video to explain it. Otherwise it's way too long. So yeah, it's I mean, it's nice to have my mum over, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to the uncertainty and the complications surrounding this whole Christmas thing. But either way, I will either see you in a video or update you in YouTube community posts, or you might hear from me if you follow me on Instagram, which is same handle, Floz's Corner. And I think that's it. and it's still about 1 hour. Hopefully with my edit and cutting skills, it's not going to be as long, but I doubt it. And yeah, that's the end of the video, and if I don't see you in December, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and yeah, happy stitching!